all the channels?
I'm up, I think.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Well,
Now, how to share chats, I do not know.
It should already be
I
going.
invited you. I invited you.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Where?
notification in Twitch.
Yes.
A notification in Twitch.
It'll say Taphaven wants to collaborate.
I have found it.
And then you just join and share chat is already ready to go.
Well, it has to confirm that it's me, apparently.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
him.
it's a good time.
It's him. It's him.
All right,
Trust us.
Here we go. Everybody shut up. Everybody stop talking. Everybody stop talking. Everybody. It's my first time, okay? Okay, there we go.
He's joined the shared chat. I see him.
Okay, so like,
Nice.
do I allow access to my microphone here? No.
No. Turn everything off there.
Okay.
Turn
Yeah, it's
everything off there.
Everything came on, like, literally off. Okay, so I'm going to mute the audio as well. Okay.
Yeah, it tries to do like a voice chat.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Share chat is on. Okay. I have podcasted.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know how we're doing on YouTube, but we'll see, I guess.
We're on YouTube for the Taphaven channel at least, and we're on all of our 3 personal Twitch channels. This is the most people will probably ever stream to. No. It's gonna keep getting better.
No. We're going to add multiple layers to complicate this even further.
Yes.
The Discord announcements in our new Discord might be working. It does say that I went live, but Discord itself doesn't even say that Nat is live, so maybe Discord doesn't have.
I'll have to change my actual account in YouTube because it's my name.
Oh gosh.
Whoops.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see Nats, but I just updated that, so
it's
changed
possible.
My personal YouTube to Boredaman is me.
Ah.
I got a new profile icon. If nobody saw it.
What, in YouTube?
Everywhere. I changed it everywhere.
You changed it like everywhere.
It honestly looks like something that I would use.
Did you put it on Discord?
It does. It's a little paladin wolf. Yeah, it's on Discord.
You can see it in the guest star thing, the collaboration shared
collaboration menu.
Hold on, let me go back to that then.
Oh,
that's really cute. Okay, we might have to go ahead. Well, I have one. I already have one. Thanks to the lovable Tony, who may or may not join us. I don't know. I'll probably try and talk to him either tonight or tomorrow. But
nice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I tried, just to go back to Anthony's point, I tried to make this red. And every time I did, it started to look demonic. And I just couldn't make it look good and like a paladin without having it blue. And I was just like, I don't want it to be blue. I want it to be red. But I didn't have the art skills to make it work. So
you know what has to happen now. We have to go the route of K-pop idols like BTS, Stray Kids who have mascots.
Yeah.
And then we have to like have a background that's those 3 mascots doing battle with something.
Well, I thought about it a lot actually, because now everybody who watches our channel is going to think I'm the blue cup in the middle.
Yeah, I'll need VTubers.
And I'm telling you, we're going on record. We're going on record.
Yeah.
I am not the blue cup. I'm just putting it out there.
You are totally the blue cup.
No, I'm not.
Are you the red cup?
I'm the red cup.
Okay. Whatever, bud.
The red cup.
Oh, look. It's
Anthony's the blue cup.
It's the person who doesn't do her workout properly in the chat. Oh, wow. For the online AA meeting. Kokaz is family.
Nice.
Yeah. She's actually a cosplayer and general just creative. She does amazing stuff online, so if you want to check her stuff out on Instagram, her plug is right there in the chat. Kokaz. She's been on a lot of the kind of trending videos for people who do still do cosplay, and she's been just like generally like awesome. So
Sick.
just
Nice.
shouting her out.
Yeah, you're not too late
Nice.
for the Always Alcoholics meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, stop! Hey,
Stop
it's what I
it.
do. It's what I do. Okay. So where are we at?
Well, okay. First, welcome to
Yeah.
our 41st episode. I think 41st. I think it's the 41st of the Taphaven Podcast. And I'll go ahead and it's been hiding in the background. But say hello to 90% of my new machine.
Oh
Yay!
shit!
So I had a bunch of tech issues last week, and with that, I was like, I better get on the ball. So I have a 9800 X3D, right? Oh my gosh, I'm pointing the wrong direction right here.
He went to
I
Micro
have-
Center.
Okay,
I
I
got
don't-
with a motherboard combo.
I'm so glad, because when I thought you were gonna say you got the 9950 X3D, and I was gonna be like, damn it.
No, so there was just a really good Mobo combo that was like $150 cheaper than the
Wow.
normal
Do it.
9800.
Easy.
So I was like, the 9800 X3D is going to be great for another 5 years. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like
Dude,
it'll be fine.
I still have my old GPU, and I rendered a like hour and a half video in 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh, so nice.
I think it worked.
So okay, but I've run into a conundrum here because, as everybody know, the 50 series is coming out next week on the 30th.
Oh.
So let me tell you
I
the
see.
absolute madness that is GPUs right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy a GPU right now and you wanted to say, I have 4080, because I thought about it and I was like, I don't want to deal with the madness of a 5080 right now. I'm fine with a 4080. I'm going to go find a 4080. And I look at 4080s and God forbid you want to get one for less than $1,200. The new 5080 is going to be $1,000. What are we doing, world? Why are
Eric,
we like this?
Eric,
It's impossible.
Eric, have you been under a rock for the past like 8 years?
No, I
You thought it would
hate
be better?
with my soul. No, it isn't even that I thought it was going to be better. I just, you know how you have those people that are visionaries and they look to the future with hope and a gleam, a glimmer of just, I want this to be good. That was me. I was a child, and now I have been thrust into adulthood, and it hurts.
I'm sorry.
It hurts.
I mean, I'm not
Because now-
sorry, but
now-
you know what I mean.
Yeah, fair. Now next week, I'm going to be sitting at a Micro Center in the freaking cold at 6 a.m. waiting for it to open, hoping that I get there and they give me a voucher so that I have the opportunity to buy one of the GPUs. Not guaranteed to be the GPU that I want. The voucher only allows you to buy a 50 series GPU. It does not guarantee you which one. So that means if everybody in the line in front of me gets a voucher and I get a voucher, but they all buy 5070s and 5080s, what does that mean? I only get to buy the 5090.
5060, 5090.
Only get to.
only.
$2,000 for 5090. Oh,
That is
and
a
by
lot.
the way,
That is
they're
a lot
not
of money.
founders editions, so that doesn't mean it's going to be a $2,000
Investment.
They don't have
5090.
founders editions. How do you get a founders edition?
You can only get it from NVIDIA directly, which, by the way, means I am going to be writing a script this weekend to auto add a GPU to my cart
May I
in the
have that
hopes. Yeah, I will. Once I have it written, I will give it to you.
Because I live 3 hours away from Micro Center, so I don't even get the opportunity to get the opportunity.
Guys, you guys are just so
get-
you guys are just so thirsty. You should have just gotten a 40 series when the getting
That-
was good.
That I
and
can't.
just don't.
They didn't have them on sale, dude. Like literally,
I know.
I was at the Micro Center.
I know. That's
and-
why I'm saying it.
Yeah. You could only get a 4070 Ti Super. I think that was the
Yeah.
biggest and best that they had in stock,
It's
which is
just
good.
it's wild. The GPU market is wild.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to get a 5080, but if I don't get a 5080, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I just don't know what I'm gonna
I'm
do.
going to have a computer here with no working the GPU for who knows how many months if I miss the 5080 drop. So I don't
If I
know.
get one, you could borrow my 980 Ti.
Oh my gosh. I funnily enough, I have an extra 1070. So if I don't get one for a while, I'm just going to reinstall the 1070.
But man,
What's the case? What case did you get?
You got
I'm using my old case.
Smart, very practical.
Yeah.
So I really thought about getting a new case. I really want to do a white build, like an all white build.
Bro, be unique. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be unique. Do your own thing. Because I went through PC Part Picker and it's all white builds. It's all beige and white builds.
So pretty,
and they're all fish tanks. They're all fish tank Leanne Lees with white builds, dude.
Yeah. The RGB actually reflects off of it. All of us idiots who got RGB with black forever, and it's like,
why can't I see it?
So funnily enough, the dream build, the thing that I want to make a mini ATX white build.
Oh yeah.
So, and I wanted to do that with this computer. And then I started looking at so essentially, by the way, my budget for this year, instead of getting a new desk, I now have a new computer.
Smart.
Which I needed, but
yes,
I really wanted a new desk too. So I was going to do a white build for this whole computer. For everything else I got in it, I got it for less than $1,000 because I used my other parts. So I saved like $1,000 by using my PSU is still good enough. It has 1,000 watt CPU. Additionally, I have the separated modded cables for them, so they're all nice and clean. And then, of course, I had the case. I have all my RGB fans. I have the riser cable that's PCIe 5. So I had all of this stuff already. So I saved something like $800 by not getting a new case and stuff like that. Then, just for the white parts, I saved another $800 by just doing
black parts. Yeah, because white builds are freaking wastes of money and time because everybody has one right now. And I'm sorry. Go, continue.
You're not wrong. And so I saved about $1,500 by just not doing a white build and reusing old parts. So I just couldn't warrant that because here's the thing. I saved $1,500. If I consider that something like money I saved, $1,500 is about how much it'll cost me to get my new desk. So
to spend the money that you need for the GPU.
I already considered that in my budget.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
So I am reusing parts and not doing the white build. Because of that, I am saving like $1,500.
Way to be original, Eric, and fiscal.
Yeah.
Okay. Start 3D printing some weird stuff to put inside your case or whatever.
So speaking of original and unique, this is a work in progress. It's not done, but this is what Ash has been working on for hers.
Let me cue this up for y'all because I'm pretty sure she 3D printed this. Did she 3D print this?
No, this is painting.
Oh,
ready?
Okay. Let's see if it shows up on the stream.
It's invisible, Anthony.
We can't see.
Guys, it's called glass.
Hey, look, man, you gotta be up. Oh, actually, hold on.
I see the reflection. Look at his zip code right there. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Is that like a?
It's like a stained glass arch.
That's cool. Stained glass painted art.
Pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Work in progress.
That's
got some fingerprints on it.
Okay. You put your fingerprints on it, bro?
No. I've only touched the edges and the back of it. I see the fingerprints from the work in progress.
Okay. I have a pack of nylon gloves specifically for handling the glass.
Sir.
So I don't leave fingerprints.
Not something you actually confess to on live like internet. No. I take out my nylon gloves so I can handle the glass.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do.
Gross. Oh, well, while he's putting that up, just to give you guys a heads up, it is cold and getting colder over here in Houston. Cold. It's going to be it's going to try and freeze tonight, and apparently we're supposed to get sleet, which is not good, meaning that we will not be able to drive anywhere. So I will not have work not just tomorrow, but the day after.
No, well, I mean,
there's the top.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
That seems like something that you would see in Arcane.
I love how y'all are like, it's invisible, bro. It's glass.
Hey, man, you didn't clarify.
You didn't.
You just said, "Oh man, look, she's been painting this." And then usually when you paint, it's on what is it, class? A canvas of some kind of either white and or other beige-esque medium.
To be fair, I knew it was on glass, but I thought the rest of it was painted like green.
No, Eric, you're giving him too much credit. He should have clarified. He should have clarified.
Maybe y'all should have remembered when we talked about this while y'all were here at our home.
I don't remember
and we
any
said
of that.
She's gonna paint it with stained glass.
I've slept multiple times since then. I forget my own name sometimes, dude.
Look at my painting. Hold up a blank canvas.
Hold up a blank canvas.
So, oh my gosh,
it's interpretive art.
I actually don't know where I put the booklet.
Nat, would you like to turn to page number 4?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not page number 4, and read aloud what we are drinking today.
Do you want an accent or no?
Up to you, man. Have you read it yet?
No, I haven't read it yet. Should I be scared?
No, we're waiting.
Oh. Okay.
Go for it.
What is this?
It's not me this time. I don't know where my booklet is.
Yeah, what accent do you want to use?
Bravo! You've ascended to the echelons of true spirit aficionados. Uncover the hotel's most clandestine jewel on the 4th day. The Speakeasy Bar. It is here in the sanctum of spirits known only to the true connoisseurs that your 4th whiskey sample awaits, whispering tales of hidden depths and rebellious spirits. Chicken Cock proves a fitting reward for the intrepid explorer with a demonstrated flair for adventure and a nose for the exceptional.
All right, hold please. I need to make sure that I save that because that is a good soundbite right there.
Chicken Cock! Chicken Cock!
That's got to be like one of my like subscriber alert messages in the future or something like that.
Chicken Cock.
Did he just say Chicken Cock?
Yeah, he did. That is indeed the name of the whiskey we are drinking today.
We are drinking Chicken Cock, Ash.
Chicken Cock.
Drinking it down.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. 45% alcohol by volume, which puts us at a clean 90 proof.
Is this real?
Guys, so far, if I remember right, the first 3 flaviars of this calendar year have been great. So I really hope they don't cock it up right now.
Bro.
Yeah.
You really need to stop flapping about and start concentrating on the podcast.
So I'm just I don't know how advanced the YouTube algorithm is.
It's pretty bad.
I just don't know.
In terms of bad, I mean they like filter out everything.
Yeah, I'm worried about the title of the YouTube video being "We Tried Chicken Cock."
No,
Yes,
I don't think. I don't
severely
think.
downvoted.
I don't think.
There are some.
Me and Anthony are here for the jokes, but at the same time, I can't give you in full confidence that will work
Ash,
out.
you can come and try the chicken cock.
You can come and try this cock.
Oh my gosh!
There's some crazy words that they
apparently Ash got banned in the YouTube chat for saying that.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, the YouTube.
Should I check and see if it
analytics are
stops
gonna
my
be
stream?
terrible. What was that?
Should I check to make sure my stream is actually still going?
Yours is. I can see yours.
Okay, cool. Why is it doing picture in picture?
Oh, this was a while ago. Okay, it wasn't for the yes. Chicken cock is not a bannable offense. You can eat it, try it, all the things.
Sick.
But something else got her.
You're still banned in YouTube chat?
She's a freaking loose cannon, dude.
Fish
You need her.
piss?
Fish piss.
Oh my gosh.
YouTube is crazy.
All right, smell the whiskey, boys.
Honestly,
Smell the cock.
Interesting.
it doesn't
Smells
smell
like apples.
Yeah, it smells very apple-y. I got apple as well.
So this is more like a apple chicken like sausage, like a chicken
An
bratwurst.
apple chicken sausage.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
I
Don't
do
smell the
get okay.
chicken.
I don't smell any chicken. I do get some
But it's got
umami flavor to it.
Mm.
I smell a little bit of the wood and apple.
I'm getting like you said, a lot of apple. There's definitely some kind of sweet candy behind it though, because it's like
They think this is dried cherry.
dried cherry.
This is apple by far.
Yeah, I get way more apple.
I mean, maybe
I
if
can
like
see cherry now.
if you pull real hard with the acetone behind it, it cuts the sweet and kind of like changes the character of the smell.
Yeah, I could see cherry.
Yeah,
I do get-
sniffing this chicken cock. I'm pretty sure I'm getting some cherry.
I could see some dried cherry, but I still think apple is really where you're at here. I get
Fair.
a little bit of the corn, a little bit of the toasted oak, and the pepper.
How are you getting pepper? I'm not smelling any pepper.
I'm still getting cherry apple.
Same.
No,
It don't make no sense. Okay.
Well, I think we got to try this one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Episode 41. Now, while we savor that drink and think on it, because there's a lot to think about there. But while you peruse your memory palace for the flavors that exist in this whiskey, I wanted to take a moment and give a shout out from our hopeful sponsors. So, this Christmas, my wife got me a wonderful set of new MeUndies. And MeUndies. You love podcasts? I am sure there are people at your company who love whiskey. And you could be the premier whiskey underwear we wear.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, I would love a whiskey underwear.
I
I am in MeUndies.
A Glencairn in a little pocket just in case.
And by the way, even if they don't sponsor us, I will give a shout out to MeUndies because they are the only undies I wear on me. So, sponsor us. We love you.
Out of all the segments you've done, Eric, that's been the best.
I'm getting in practice. They will love us.
I understand that. So, it's a little on the weak side.
So this loses a lot of the apple and gains a lot of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever had an unsweetened apple that kind of has this bright acidity flavor to it, that's like the harsh flavors of apple. Like if you could have an apple and only get the harshness of the apple and none of the sweetness, it is like wood and
Harsh apple.
that acidity from the apple combined. I get a lot of that. And maybe a little bit of like the pepper, toasted oak, that type of thing. But it's like toasted oak and harsh apple. I wonder what that flavor is. There's a name for that flavor.
What, like the harsh apple smell taste? Like where are you going with this? Like,
So there's a name for that sour acidity in apples, I think.
Mm.
And there's like a name for that flavor. I'm not getting it in my it's not coming to mind.
Yeah. Nope. There's the pepper though. Okay.
Yeah, the pepper definitely comes out.
Fair warning. I warmed up with this. May not have been the best idea.
I have a similar bottle
Well, look at that.
that I warmed up with.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that. That is the uncut. So that's cast strength. May have skewed my rating in terms of strength on this one. But yeah. Interesting bottle. Very interesting flavor profile. It doesn't immediately turn me off. But there's like a heat after like sitting with it for a bit. There's that wood taste, like we said. There's that weird cherry, apple, whatever that they've kind of attributed to the flavor profile. I'm not getting a lot of butterscotch or caramel. Maybe a little bit of corn. And I mean like vanilla as a base, but outside of the flavor notes that we've just talked about, I'm not getting too much from this one. It's kind of elusive. Like at first I thought it was watery because I wasn't getting anything. And maybe the Frey Ranch fried my tongue. Maybe that's, you know what? We're going to have to start holding ourselves
Nat.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself.
Okay.
Tinfoil hat time.
Okay.
They're lying to us.
Ah.
Nat, you know how I know?
How?
Luckily, I didn't choose the uncut today.
Uh-huh.
Because this Frey Ranch is 45%.
Uh-huh.
The exact same as chicken cock.
Chicken cock!
Okay? And the chicken cock also, to me, tasted just like water at first. That's literally, I already wrote it down. I have proof. I have not changed. It's already there. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. I already wrote it down.
Okay.
Immediately, I was like, this is like water. It's literally just water. And then eventually, okay, there's pepper.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
And it smells like apple. And if you think about cherries, suddenly it smells like cherry too. And that's all I'm getting. And I just took another sip of the Frey Ranch, and it actually feels like there's a mouthfeel. There's so much more going on. There's more flavor, more nose. So I think Big Chicken Cock is watering down their whiskey more than they say they are.
Bit more of a grower than a shower than they say. I see.
I don't know if I subscribe to that. However, I do get that on the taste as well. I do think it is a thin flavor.
Yeah.
It really is leaning on that apple acidic peppery note.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's about all you're getting there. You're not getting this isn't a dynamic whiskey.
No.
This is a very bright, acidic, peppery whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
You could say it's peacocking.
Wow. 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 Sir.
I'm here all night.
Sir. Who is this?
It's
honestly letting me down.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
it is a letdown kind of whiskey. It could just be better.
It could just be better.
Yeah.
It could. Like, and so if this just had longer to proof, if it just had a little bit more kick, I think I would like this.
I honestly think it's a little bit too acidic.
You think?
I think the acidity is going to unbalance this whiskey no matter where you go with it.
But you don't think that the proofing would dull the acidity over time, or no?
I don't think so. I feel like the acidity is so loud, even with a higher proof. I feel like you're just gonna have that clash of flavors.
Mm.
And I really feel that it needs some smoothness. It needs some sweetness. It needs something to balance the pepper acidity. And I feel like more proof is going to bring more wood astringent flavors out
Mhm.
of the acidity than anything else.
So
To quote our number one motto, kind of boring.
yeah,
Kind of boring.
And then
Kinda
I asked her,
boring.
"How's it smell?" And she goes, "Kind of like coriander, like just basically boring British
Coriander.
spices."
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an uneventful whiskey. Very
Playing it too safe.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They're like, we know that we are due for a whiskey that's not as good as the rest, but we're not going to make it something that's horribly weird tasting. Like
Yeah.
swamp water.
This is like so middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's like not great. You can't tout it for being wonderful at any one point, but you can't like shoot it in the foot and leave it in the desert to die. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody else? Just me? Okay.
No, I agree. I agree.
No, the desert
So-
part.
Oh,
I was
Oh,
trying to
what-
swallow the chicken cock, so I
bro.
had to.
Bruh.
so Anthony, what would you rate this big one?
Oh,
Oh,
I think I
wow.
wrote that down. There might
Ah,
have-
there he is.
Did you say pickle?
He said, "Where do you rate? How do you rate this big one?"
Oh God. Yeah. So you might have gotten a sneak peek, but I wait a second. Hold on.
Oh. What does that mean?
I can't see it.
I can't read it.
It's not there.
I can't.
He's lying about his rating.
Nope. Eric got it right. You said it's not there.
It's not there. Oh,
I had
wow.
no reaction, no noise. That was my first silent rating, and on paper,
Wait, what does that mean?
translates
What is
to
it?
1 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
That might be your lowest rating.
That's
of
been
the
your
show.
yeah, for sure.
Well, that's the crazy thing is there's been so many whiskeys that I've had where I'm like, I don't like this taste, but I think that's me, and I'm like, and I still will give it like a decent rating even though I don't
I
like
see.
it. This one
Mm.
doesn't taste bad. It's just not whiskey. It's water.
Yeah.
It's barely there. It's
This
boring.
water with it tastes like an ice cube melted in it before we had it.
Yes! I'm telling
see
you,
that.
they
I can see
watered
that.
it down and added food coloring. Like it is not 45%. They're lying to us.
It's all lies.
It's all
lies.
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 Oh, lie.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's very interesting. So a 1 out of 10. I'm gonna go with a no on the daily drinker front.
Uh-huh.
And then what would you pay for it? I'm gonna assume a
Um,
goose egg.
I
since it's
wouldn't.
nothing. 0. Yep. Yep.
I just wouldn't. The Great
So-
Chicken Cock Conspiracy. The GCC.
Nah.
Yeah.
You rate this this large
Sir.
whiskey.
Sir, this large member, you mean?
Yeah.
Of the Whiskey Society.
Yes.
I would give this I'd give it a 2.
2.
Yeah, I think that's the lowest on mine too. Honestly.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a no on the DD.
No, it's God no. I would
No.
never. No. Unless this
No,
was
never.
this would be man, I would not even use this to introduce somebody into whiskey. Like I would just this is a
would
no
not
full
be
stop.
this I would never start somebody off
No.
with this.
No, because then they'd be like, wait, so it just tastes like freaking watered down alcohol. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
this is just not this isn't a starter whiskey. This is actually one of the first on the show where like Anthony said, I don't quite know where I would put this in
Mm.
like who would like this?
I don't know who I would put this in front of. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a new conspiracy theory.
Hmm.
What is the ambient temperature of each of our rooms compared to normal? Because what if it is so much lower than normal that we can't taste it?
My room is actually the normal temperature,
Okay.
What's the temperature of your room?
68.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about right.
Mine is 59.5.
Dude, that's cold. Okay.
It feels warm. I'm sweating over
Base,
here. What are you talking
basement
about?
life, man. Basement life.
Yo, it is 12 degrees outside. It'll be 7 later.
Insane. It'll be 7 later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Started off 8 this morning. Actually, it was 6. One point.
It started off 8 this morning. Has the fire even stopped since you've like started it?
It did go out overnight.
Okay.
It did go out. It's hard to keep it going all that long. Kind of have to like wake up 4 hours after going to bed to keep it really going.
Got you.
Yeah.
I would not buy. By the way, Eric, I would not buy this.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just like full stop. Never.
$0.
$0.
Man.
No.
I stand by my rating system, for better or for worse, which puts this at a 2.
Because it's drinkable.
Yeah, this is a drinkable whiskey. I'm not gonna. I'll be able to finish this glass, and so it doesn't fall into my 1 category. This is a 2 out of 10 for me.
Oh, I missed you, Frey.
It is not a daily drinker, and price wise, I don't know. This is not one I would buy, and unfortunately, it looks like this is a $51
Nah, get out of here.
bottle of whiskey.
Nuts.
You can get better offers from freaking Powers or from Sagamore for that money.
Yeah, this is like, Anthony, when we were at the Old Forester distillery, you and my stepdad ended up buying a bottle of Old Forester rye, a 1 liter bottle.
Yeah.
For what, $18?
It was
something
stupid
like that?
cheap. It was like the same price or less than what you could get a $7.50 in store.
That is 50 times the whiskey that this is
Yeah.
for less than half of the cost.
Yeah. Disparities, man.
Right?
Disparities.
And there are so many whiskeys I can think of in the $15 to $50 range that outshine this whiskey by such a large margin, and it's not even funny. You could get a store pick Buffalo Trace for almost half the cost of this.
Mm.
You know,
like,
I think it's just like a matter of identity crisis, because the Chicken Cock whiskey was founded in Paris, Kentucky in 1856. You're in the wrong country.
Paris.
You're supposed to be in France, but they're stuck here.
There's a Paris, Texas, dude. I like you're
And how
your
confused
hoodoo
are those
logic
people
don't-
now? Have you talked to them?
Absolutely.
Do they feel okay?
No. I mean, they live in Texas, just like everybody else. Everything is not okay.
Did they watch the last Olympics and go, "Oh, those are my people"?
I mean, maybe they may have had like a crisis of.
Honestly, though, like the best
Location,
part of
faith,
that
I don't
like
know.
opening ceremony was the like rock stars on the side of the building that were just like,
Oh, you mean Gojira?
maybe, probably.
That was insane,
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fucking cool.
Oh my god, Gojira is fucking.
And then they had, I think it was the
Insane.
same building. They had all the like monarchy getting like, you know, unmonarched. Is
Oh,
probably
like-
the nicest way of putting it.
Dude, the French don't play, man. The cannons
Yeah.
point towards the actual parliament for a reason. Like,
Mhm.
The Louisiana Purchase was tough on them.
yeah, was not good. Did not go over well.
He purchased that's all the Parises were probably from the Louisiana Purchase.
Heard.
I'm sorry, but Louisiana, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay. Well, you got to
no.
remember the Louisiana from the Purchase was
Louisville.
all of
Louisville.
Middle East.
I see that.
Oh, okay.
My brain completely farted. Is Louisiana a state?
Yes, it is. It is.
I merged Louisville and Louisiana at the same time.
I see. Nice.
Kentucky.
Louisville,
Louisville.
and Louisiana. Louisiana.
Oh my God.
Louisiana.
Oh,
Bit of a bail on this one.
yeah, very
Mm-hmm.
very interesting. Now, what would normally be our ad break, I stole our ad break earlier in the show, so we'll go straight to the fun bits. Matt, what have you been playing this week?
So I tried to stream. It went over pretty well. My computer didn't even blink at me as I tried to go ahead and set everything up, which was nice. I played 9 Souls, and for anybody who's watching who wants to go ahead and check it out, it's literally just like the first episode. It's the first level. And I know that they made comparisons of it being like Sekiro, so like that kind of progression is very present within the gameplay. Like you kind of just like jump into the game and you're playing. That being said, I did feel like an old man, where like I was like, wait, what are the controls? I have to parry with this button. So there's a lot of me just like flubbing buttons at the very beginning. Because it's parry based in the sense that you have to like there's timing that you have to know for like the enemies, which is great. But there's also an element where you have to be aggressive for certain enemy types because there's no way to really parry their attacks once you've closed in. So you have to do both. There has to be a yin and a yang to your play style, which is cool, but also difficult because I haven't played like a hardcore game like that in a while. I think what I'm realizing as I'm talking about it and kind of sharing with you guys is that I don't think I've played a game that has challenged me skill-wise in terms of like learning like mechanics and getting things down since God of War. And it's been almost a year. So like me picking up a game that's like, hey, it's like Sekiro for a platformer, chances are I'm going to probably beef it a few times.
Yeah.
But the game's great. The game is awesome.
Nice.
Like if you guys want to check it out, it's up on the stream. But it's a very tight control scheme. There's obviously level ups within the game in terms of like a skill tree. And yeah, the music is amazing. Like that's the one other thing I'll go ahead and make sure to like put here. The music is incredible. 10 out of 10.
Nice. I have wanted to play 9 Souls for a while. It's on my list to play. So I have a few things I want to get to before it, but that's on my list.
I did it, man. Check it out. It's pretty good.
Would it be a good Steam Deck game?
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
verified.
It's very Hollow Knighty in the sense that like you could probably get really deep into that game and just like
Dude, I'm sorry.
Forget reality.
Before we don't have another segue into it, did you guys see the Switch 2 preview?
Dude.
I did. And I think the worst thing is that I see what they're going for. Like I can see the problems that they had with the initial Switch, and I can see what their solutions were. And I understand where their design path is going.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I just don't like it for me.
Me either. I'm so whelmed.
I highly doubt they're going to beat like any handheld that exists. Steam Deck,
the thing is, I am skeptical of that only because it's Nintendo and the clout that the Nintendo name has, whether or not I've agreed with it or not. And I'm with you. I don't think it should outperform our other options 100%. But every time that I've thought about that and I've looked at it, it's just their numbers speak differently. The Switch numbers did unbelievably well.
Because they were the only handheld in the market. And now it's completely different. And just the other day, their lawyer released a statement saying that it is not illegal to emulate.
Yeah.
So, like,
Which is a good thing. I do love the emulating statement. I love that we can finally emulate older ones without being at risk. As Nintendo streamers, especially, because there are a ton of people who stream almost exclusively Nintendo games, especially
they
older
could.
Nintendo games. And now they can. We're going to see some awesome stream content come out of older Nintendo games now, which has been a consistent problem that
Too
has existed.
little, too late.
For the company,
me.
yes.
For the company, yes. For me, yes. For other people, obviously not. There are Nintendos. There are going to be Nintendo Sims every single time. Like, they're always going to go ahead and buy the console. They're always going to say that, like, the IP games that they wait for are worth the wait. But I can't get behind it's not even lazy innovation, because I know, like, what they did with this console has to be like the top of what they could possibly do with what they've been given.
I am going to say the other thing that I'm upset about is the same genre of upsetness, but at a different company, and that is Apple. Because there are so many problems that could be solved by MagSafe not being patented.
Yeah.
And everybody, this is what I saw on the Switch. For the two side handles, controllers, the way that they're doing the controllers now would be so much better and have so many less fail states. Fail states if they were able to be MagSafe.
Yeah.
And nobody can use MagSafe.
But Apple.
And that depresses me. I want that to go into public domain because it is the best cable connection standard in existence. And now we have companies like the Switch creating a tiny little USB-C connector that's going to break for everybody. And everybody's going to be replacing their Switch at some point because of the frailty of that system.
Wait,
I don't know how that controller is going to lock into that screen, man. I don't. Go ahead, Anthony.
The controller is going into the screen magnetically, is what it looks like, and there better be a lock to keep it in there.
Well, no, there's a USB-C in the middle. That's how it's connecting.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a USB-C.
It's a USB-C to USB. It's a USB-C
it looked
into
magnetic,
the screen.
like it snapped itself
It
in.
looked like it was because the animation made you think that it was magnetic. I don't know if it's magnetic or not. I don't know if they've confirmed that. But what I can tell you for sure is that the magnet is not the connection that's actually feeding the information between your controller and the screen.
Here's the
and the
thing.
console.
The part of MagSafe that is nice is the flat connection point. The flat connection point means that if you have any
So you're not talking about for charging. You're specifically talking about for the controllers.
Yes, the side controllers.
Side controllers. Yeah.
So the side controllers have a USB connection. If you have any shear forces with that, even if they are magnetically locked there, magnets don't stop shear forces very well. The great thing about MagSafe is that shear forces do not damage the connection point. But shear forces in this are going to bend that USB connection a little bit. Maybe it's not a lot initially.
It's going to be enough.
Over time,
it's going to be enough. Yeah.
And people, you can clip this because I don't know.
It's
obviously,
not USB-C.
What kind of connector is it?
What is it?
It's proprietary.
But it looks like a USB-C, right? Like it's a.
No, here I'll show you. I can screen share.
Yeah, screen share it.
You might be getting confused because there is now a USB-C input on the top and the bottom.
Well,
you see this?
How will my stream handle this?
This square situation.
That's a multi-pin.
What is on the other side
connection?
There's a pin sticking out, right?
The other side.
I want to see the base.
Oh, we might not have seen the other side yet.
Inside of here.
Yeah, it's
Look,
not
they
showing
aren't even
that
rendering
yet.
it.
But so you see this.
Yeah, it's a multi-pin.
Gives you the big square thing. Okay, skip a little bit. this annoyed the shit out of me because it was way too disorienting.
They're like, oh, our Joy-Cons, they're more
Yeah.
stable.
Supposedly
No, you're
this
not.
is mouse mode. People think that's mouse mode.
Mouse mode. Eat my fucking shorts, dude.
See that?
Yeah,
This,
pin. It's just a
that's
pin.
what I'm worried about.
Cool. And
So-
I bet you money it like locks. It like
No, and here's the
Yeah.
thing, even if it locks, this was already a problem with the initial Switch.
yeah.
Having kids, and so the reason they did this design, by the way, one of the main faults of the original Switch, one of the main things that people had to repair and replace their Switch for, was because kids and even adults would drop it and shear forces would break the plastic that was holding in the controller stick, the Joy-Con.
Bro.
This shear forces are going to bend that little chip over time, no matter what you do. Even if you're even if you're like me and you only play the Switch, less than 100 hours a year or something like that, like sooner or later, that's going to be the thing that fails. And people who want to travel and play this like full time as their device, if that thing bends off, you can't fix that. That's a resolder probably.
If the tolerances are good enough, then there won't be much shearing. This is actually a really good moment for some resident moderator who might have studied mechanical engineering to maybe
weigh
say
in on the
something about shear
situation.
forces,
Oh.
because they probably had to like take a test on shear forces.
Oh.
Shear forces. Sorry, just making sure they
No,
hear
she's
us.
probably asleep. She's probably asleep.
But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, actually, you know what? This kind of proves me wrong, Eric. Boom! It came in sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it doesn't slot. It,
It
doesn't
doesn't
like
go-
slot in. Yeah, I'm a himbo
Sorry,
now.
I'm going like frame by frame here. I am not an engineer anymore. I'm a himbo now.
And here's the thing that I will say. Obviously, this is just a Blender modeled like
Yeah,
product.
it is like
ad, right?
sliding in.
Yeah. So they could actually change this. There could be mag locks. There could be all types of systems to kind of prevent that. All that I'm getting out is that, like, one of my biggest takeaways was, man, immediately when I saw this, I was like, why is MagSafe still proprietary? Can we just make this a standard? Because
You can even see it with like the way that the Joy-Con is beveled. There's no way that there's any magnetism whatsoever holding that controller in.
You don't think so?
No, it would because it would be at the very ends of the controller, right? And it would be only like it would be like single spots, right?
it could be,
Or it would be
it
the
could
lining.
internal. It could be that it could either be the lining or there could be mag strips inside of the
Mm.
Joy-Con for two sections. It's not that I don't think there could be magnets. However, magnets could also be slightly dangerous too, because if magnets are a little misaligned and it pulls it in and then it breaks, like,
Ooh, the drop test on this freaking console must actually be torturous.
Can we
Torturous.
just
Oh
talk
my God,
about how
torturous.
insane it is that they get away with this being the difference between two frames?
yeah.
Bro,
That
let's be real. The
This is
controller was
24
clean.
frames per second.
The trailer was clean. It looked really nice. I mean,
Yeah,
it looked really nice. I'm not gonna say that like they shouldn't feel bad for the fact that you can see like between two frames, like two states of the console, but it looked good.
What bothers me
man.
is that the ergonomics,
Yeah, the ergonomics
Like,
are terrible. They were
it's
terrible in the
bigger,
original too.
which will be better, but like the flatness here
Yeah.
and stuff, like I don't know.
Yeah, it is very flat.
Look at where the triggers point. Like, look at the trigger area.
Yeah, it's very.
That's
weird.
like, so one hand is flat up against the controller while the other one, cramped already as it is, has to bevel around a trigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Look, I miss the days, and here's the thing. Back in the day, I say back in the day, probably about I would say 10 years ago is when it stopped. Actually, I would say with the release of the Switch, Nintendo had a different mindset about how they did things. after the release of the Switch. And I would love to go back to a day when Nintendo was the one that made clean, family-friendly, fun, interesting mechanical games, and they designed consoles with mechanical oddities that made them more interesting.
Anthony,
And
can
the
you stay on
thing
this frame, by
is-
the way? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
But because here's the thing. The Nintendo Switch 2 and all of Nintendo's products have never been a tech masterpiece. They don't compete on that level. They have to compete in other ways. And this product design that they have done for the Nintendo Switch 2 shows such a huge discourse with what Nintendo is good at and how they're trying to be something that they're not good at, because this product has nothing of the old Nintendo
Mojo.
interesting parts and all of trying to be sleek, and we're trying to be new age, and we're trying to be like that's how Nintendo has to compete, and they have lost all of that, in my opinion.
For sure.
Dude, I noticed with this screen still, the top charger, which is supposed to help it with ergonomics when charging while playing in handheld mode, which I do all the time on my Steam Deck, is off to the side. Is it off to the side on the Steam Deck?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually. I know the Steam Deck is like,
It might be.
Can I say something real quick?
yeah.
Do you see these little bumpers under
I
the
do.
initial
I do.
bumper?
So
Do you
that
understand that level of ergonomic pull is
It's-
terrible for
so
your
I think
hand?
it's the lock.
it's not for this. So no,
Is it the lock?
It isn't. I don't think it's the lock, Anthony. That is the bumper when you're playing with a Joy-Con as if you're a single player on one singular Joy-Con and you have it turned horizontally.
So they're not going to allow
That's
you
so
to use
dumb.
this during actual like full console mode. You
No,
don't
no,
think
no,
that they're
no.
going to actually use this button?
There is a full possibility that that is an applicable button for game APIs to use in this
Bro.
mode. I just hope that none use it and it's only for the single Joy-Con experience, because otherwise that is madness.
For one player,
Ergonomically, that just
Dude.
looks like it's going to hurt.
for one
So-
player it's on the right, for the other player it's on the left.
Yeah.
Well, so yes, it's also to give you two bumpers for those players. Because
Uh-huh.
I think
They
in
already
Ju-
have the bumpers.
True.
Oh, they do.
And then they
Yeah.
have this, which looks like the magnets maybe on the very ends.
These little, yeah.
Yeah, that
I don't
looks
know
like
what
a
those are
magnet.
for. Yeah, yeah.
It does look like a magnet.
Yeah.
But then these are bumpers.
Yeah.
So
No, you're right.
The trigger could be a
No,
single trigger like
One
you're
of those,
talking
those are
about.
motion sensors for that little mouse mode that they're talking about.
Oh yeah, there is that.
But that would be terrible, right?
I mean,
Because depending on what surface you're on, you're getting shit fuck all
look
for
right
like
here.
motion tracking.
That's a lock. That little
that is
Oh,
a
that's
lot.
little
Indent?
bevel for the lock.
Yeah,
so there has to be a lock
Oh.
release.
Yeah, I
Go to
don't know
the
where the lock
screen.
release is. But
I
there
love
has
how
to
this
be one.
stream turned into us like freaking breaking down
The Nintendo Switch.
The Switch too.
Big news, man. Big news.
Oh,
It is big
God.
news. I
Oh,
mean,
right
it
here
is
we
really
can
big.
see
The comparison.
the size comparison. Oh, it's getting bigger.
Oh.
It's very on theme with chicken cock. All right,
Honestly,
it's
though,
maxed out.
Honestly, though, that's the biggest that it gets, and
That's not
that's not that big. That's not that big.
It's not even wider. And look, there's a sharper edge here, which is going to be less
Chicken cock
ergonomic.
to Nintendo Switch for sure. Yeah. I want to also point out the fact that even though that they've upped the scale of this, I'm going to guess that the proprietary technology that went into this is going to up the actual cost of these controllers. And now you have a party console that is now going to cost you probably upwards to $200, $250 to actually have enough controllers to play with a bunch of friends.
Hey, I'm just going to say, just like the previous one, like Nintendo costs too much for the tech. And so to not do something interesting,
this is
just
interesting. Yeah.
It isn't. And
It's boring.
that is honestly my biggest problem with it, is that
I would have
if I
loved
were
for
to
them to
buy
come,
this, if I were to buy this,
Mhm.
it's a glorified Zelda super like Mario
Mhm.
Maker.
Mhm.
And that isn't interesting. It isn't enough to buy this. The new Switch, we need. Nintendo.
No, Nintendo.
Go
What are you doing?
design a
doing?
new console in the ways of like a GameCube.
Please.
Go design a new console like the 64. Go be weird and different so that people buy it because it's weird and different and it gives an experience that
Dude.
no other console has.
If they would have added 3D, so many people would have flocked.
They
to it.
already did. They did with the 3DS.
3DS?
Remember?
And they dropped
and they
it, which
killed it. And
which
they
made
killed
so
it.
many people so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of the best handheld consoles in existence to this day.
It's an entire era of my childhood to adulthood of realizing that I still love video games.
Dude,
is the 3DS Max.
I started playing on my 3DS back in like October again. Like
I can't go back. Honestly,
so
I can't.
like
So
here's the thing.
I bet it is, but I can't go back.
That is where Nintendo shines because they created something that was so different from what anybody else on the market was doing. And that was cool. That is what Nintendo is good at. The 3DS doesn't have insane graphics. It doesn't have some crazy ideas behind it. It's not like the tech is crazy. They were like, we're going to do this just because it's weird, quirky, and different. And guess what? Nintendo, if you do something weird, quirky, and different that is not represented in the market, everybody that hates you will flock back to you. You are literally people's childhood.
Nothing. It takes you. I think that's the most irritating part. Like, let me go ahead and just maybe put a cap on this. We'll see. But that's the most irritating part, I think. You literally have to do bare minimum of a job. Like, yes, you can innovate. Yes, you guys have been known to put out crazy things that have kind of set the bar for consoles across the board. That being said, you have yet to come to the starting line with anything worth general approachability outside of your IPs being conjoined with them since the Switch.
Yeah.
And the Switch has been out for quite some time.
Yeah.
I don't know one person who's an active gamer who plays their Switch more than once after a game has been released.
Yeah.
Nobody is sticking on those on that console. If there is a game for a Switch and a PS5 or a Switch and an Xbox, you're playing the Xbox. You're playing the PS5. You're not going to this.
What they're missing is the Wii audience. The Wii was so great for households. Like everyone loved doing Wii bowling and everything Wii. You can do the same stuff on the Switch, but they don't make it awesome and good.
Ash Modeler, ban him!
I didn't even see it. Good job. Good job.
Ban him! Ban the bastard!
Shun the non-believer! Shun the non-believer!
Down with the fucking patriarchy!
If I click to show, is that just for me?
It's just for you.
Oh, it just shows their name. Okay. So on the tech side of things, supposedly it's going to be equivalent in performance to a PlayStation 4. Well, the Steam Deck already is supposedly comparable to a PlayStation
And how long
4?
has it been out, Anthony?
Like 2 or 3 years. So
So
they're
what are you
releasing it 2 or 3
saying?
years old.
So what
already?
are you saying?
It's already outdated.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
Don't
crazy.
I'm so sad for it because Nintendo is the starting point for a lot of games that I play now and I love. Monster Hunter was one of them. Final Fantasy is one of them. Zelda is one of them. I mean Mario is a non-starter for me. I could not give two fucks. So with those three, I'm already kind of bonded. And then with Metroid coming out and like being like a sleeper hit for me whenever I was a teenager, I had 4 IPs that should have made me love this.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm continuing to see a IP hungry company put out just a bare minimum upgrade to what they already have. I don't care if the screen is bigger.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
care that you've changed the controllers. Give
You
me
see how
something
bad
to
that
actually
texture?
play, man. Oh, it's
You-
bad.
That is so pixelated.
It's so bad. Like, I feel like if Nintendo wants to compete within the handheld genre, they have to look at who is actually living within the handheld genre. Sorry, the handheld world, and at least come with something equivalent. I know that they've done that technically between the Steam Deck and this, but it's not enough for me to feel as if Nintendo is putting their best foot forward.
Yeah.
We're like 6 years out of the Stream Deck actually being released, and they've already put out the OLED version. I'm gonna guess that the screen is OLED on this one, or no?
I don't know if we know yet. But you did make me think about how
Yeah, I don't know.
pointless this is. Like
Bro, don't
their
even
only
get
claim
me
to fame is
started.
that the controllers come off. And now they put it on a horrible controller situation. It's like, look, my Steam Deck doesn't need the controllers to come off. I like
there's
that
no-
it's durable and I can just use an Xbox controller.
And there's no backwards compatibility with the Switch that you did have.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So,
All the
like,
Switch
what the
all the Joy-Cons that you already
Ugh.
have and stuff like that. If you can't reuse them, that's just nuts.
If they let me find it. Hold on. Let me find my baby. If they tell me that this is no longer usable with the device,
Yeah.
I'm done with you, Nintendo.
Yeah, for real.
I'm
Oof.
done with you. This thing cost me so much money, and I loved it because it's got like the gold decal for Monster Hunter Wilds and everything. But if you tell me that you are discontinuing support for this controller to your new console, I'm done.
Dude,
Yeah.
again, even in the background, look at the texture here. It's so blurry.
Just a bunch of Nintendo haters in the stream, guys. I'm so sorry. But
The biggest.
they haven't done anything to like win me over.
Yeah.
Like, I have not seen one game that has impressed me outside of Breath of the Wild. And even with that, like that Tears of the Kingdom, outside of those two games, what do we have for Nintendo Switch for people who have been gaming with them since we were young, and now
Yeah.
that we're here now? I haven't seen one Golden Sun update.
And people are gonna. This is my hot take. Pat.
Go ahead.
Breath of the Wild was mid.
Breath of the Wild was a simulator for Tears of the Kingdom.
All mid.
Tears of the Kingdom is not. Tears of the Kingdom is mid in the sense that the gameplay and the mechanic. Let me go ahead and switch back. Tears of the Kingdom is mid in the sense that the game model is not doing anything new, and that overall the discovery portion of this game was more so a test to see what they could do with the system, and was improved in other games like Genshin Impact and onwards. So yes, I can agree that it came underbaked.
All that to say is that
For only
you
70
can't
bucks?
sell a new console to me using Breath
No.
of the Wild. Like it
You
just-
can
you-
though.
not
you can.
not to me.
With the IPs. Yeah, okay.
Not to
okay,
me.
okay.
Not
Okay.
to me.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Okay.
'Cause that's the big thing. It's like if you are only selling off of IP, like what are we doing, Nintendo? Like
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, they're just suing everybody to make sure that they're the only IP that exists, so that the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
thing that you can buy games from is them.
Bro.
It's terrible.
Pour one out for Nintendo, man. Used to be a great, now it's a late.
Dude, I was just talking the other day, like, I don't know if y'all had this, but on our Wii at home, we had a balance board.
Yeah.
And with that,
Same.
I got to snowboard
Yeah.
and like that's just cool.
Yeah.
Bring that back. Like
Yeah.
I don't bring that back. Don't bring that back.
Bring back a better version of it.
Bring back a better version of that.
Innovate something new.
Yeah.
Nintendo. That's what everybody wants you to do.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
well, given their MO, the next thing they come out with is going to be something completely different.
Could you this is okay, Anthony, hear me out. Could you imagine a world where Nintendo does the Switch 2, right? And instead of the release, it's like the whole buildup of having like the console and everything. They have the drop down and everything, and they show like what this current model of the Switch 2 is, and then they like cut it all into like 4s, and each one of them becomes a controller, and there's only one central hub, and all the controllers go onto your body, onto little lapels and everything, and it's all motion tracked VR.
That would be nuts.
Nintendo, this is the level of shit though where like I would flip a table. I'd be like, no fucking way. There's no way. All that to say, Nintendo used to like blow our minds. They don't anymore. I don't think that they should do the VR thing because honestly, I don't feel like the technology is funded enough right now in the right veins for them to actually see like the returns that they should. But with what you're serving to us right now, I'm just bored. I'm just bored.
Yeah.
So Nine Souls, it's a great game. Yeah, you should guys check it out. Anthony, hell of a serve, my guy. What have you been playing?
I've been playing an absolute buttload of Wreckfest.
Wreckfest. Okay. What is it?
I have mentioned before. My nephew found this game called Wreckfest that his dad and myself were like, how did we not know this exists? It is demolition derby racing and rallying and just running freaking motorhomes into each other, driving a couch around a figure eight to slam into other couches, driving a lawnmower to run into other lawnmowers and knock each other off of it. It is just like, if you've ever played a racing game and you're the person that is like crashed into other people to get past them, this is your game because you get rewarded for that. There'll be like bonus objectives like deal 3,000 damage or spin out 3 opponents or like completely take out 3 opponents, like literally disable their car because you wrecked them that bad. And it is just so much fun. I've been playing it 100% on my Steam Deck, which has been just so great. It's an absolute joy. Today I actually discovered that they have like daily and weekly challenges, and with that you get rewarded some currency that you can use to buy new DLC cars and stuff. It's like, oh, that's cool. I had no idea. I just been working my way through the arcade, and yeah, it's really addicting, a lot of fun. I still have the same problem I've always had where I just like squeeze triggers too hard and eventually my finger hurts. So I've gotten really adept at switching between pointer finger for gas and middle finger for throttle. Also, I always manually shift just because it feels so much cooler.
It does.
Ignore the robot, Ash. I opened Steam. Oh no. Yeah, you got really blurry.
Spiked my CPU to 100%.
Yeah, I could bring up Wreckfest if you want to see it on the.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was going to look at it, and then I was like, close.
Here.
No.
Let me grab it here for you guys. There's a Wreckfest 2 coming out soon.
I've seen this.
Okay.
I knew it sounded familiar. I had seen this.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Do you get to play this with like your like can you play it with your like sticks and stuff? Like your driving setup that you have?
So that is something that I want to look into soon. I pulled out my old VR headset as well because I think it would be really cool to play this in VR with the with the driving wheel. Theoretically, any game can be played with it, just like how people play Mario with a potato.
Yeah.
So it should definitely work. It's just Will it work easily?
Yeah.
I'll let y'all know.
Will it be fun and awesome? Yeah, like
Will
well
it be-
supporting,
yeah.
easy. Yeah.
But it is so cool. I mean, like, I've never been more. That happened to me the other day. I've never been more satisfied when I got flipped through the air and spun like crazy. I was like, well, that happened. That's hilarious.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, Wreckfest 2 is apparently coming out. I don't know when. So I'm already looking forward to that because hopefully it's just better.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. Other than that, I have played, of course, my main stint. I've played some Star Citizen, of course. What did I do in Star Citizen that I wanted to share?
What did you do in Star Citizen? What did
Oh,
you
man.
do?
I might get to play it soon.
That would be so cool.
Mm.
Phase 2 for Save Stanton's coming out.
Time to Star Citizen.
It's more like, how long does it take till Anthony talks about games? But yeah, I thought I had something interesting that happened. Like I spent some time. Oh, right. That's what happened. So I went to this planet called Bloom, and it's like the
Bloom.
prettiest planet in the new star system, Stanton. Pyro. Absolutely gorgeous. You love flying around there, and I get a mission, and it's like 150K to kill this one guy. I'm like, yes, that's a lot. Compared to everything else I can do, that's a lot. And
Okay.
this is by the headhunters. And then I get another one, 150K, kill that guy. Yes. I do this like 5 times. I'm rich. And then and I'm killing the CFP guys. Then I get a message from the Citizens for Prosperity guy. And he's like, hey, man, I know we don't know each other. And I know you've been doing a lot of work for the headhunters. But it's not too late. Like, just come and do this one job for us to stop the headhunters from destroying all life on this earth, on this beautiful planet, and we'll forgive everything you've done. And then I accepted another 150K mission to kill that guy.
The guy who was like, "Hey, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It'll be just one time." No.
Yeah, he really didn't want me
He
to
didn't want you to do it.
do that.
And then you killed him.
Yeah.
Because we don't play that game here.
And then I ran a whole kilometer, more like 2 kilometers, back to my ship because I had to hide in the mountains because the anti-air turrets were just too powerful for me. And so I hid in the mountains, but it wasn't a straight shot to get there. I had to like take a really long route to not like fall off a cliff. And I'm running back, and it's dark, and I can't find my ship because I tried to get on someone else's ship, and then my ship marker went away because now it's like, oh, you want to get on that ship? We'll give you this ship marker. And so I'm like trying to find it in the dark. I have a flashlight, and eventually I'm running along the ridge, and I go a little too fast, and I slip, and I fall to my death.
Oh no!
So then I take a break.
That money.
Yeah, I take a break. I go take a shower. I come back. No one saved me. I asked people to come save me. Nobody saved me. So I go to save myself. And I get back there, and right when I get to my body with my medical unit ship, my body falls through the planet. Starts going away from me, and I'm like, well, shit.
This is the worst timeline.
But I recovered my ship, so
this is the worst.
So that's
timeline.
okay. And the ship that I'm flying is really small. It's a heavy fighter, but it has a bed. But I was able to fit some stuff in it that's not supposed to go in it, but it fits. If it sits,
if it fits, it sits.
It's whatever.
We know what you were trying to say.
So since I've gone and bought the tiniest little hover bike you can buy, it's called a Pulse. And
is this the same one we had? That hover
this is
bike?
a different one. This
Okay.
one also can do damage, but it's super tiny. And I'm like, maybe it'll fit. And so I try to like tractor beam it into my ship, going up the elevator and stuff. And everything got really mad at me really quickly. It kind of like, it was kind of like flubber bouncing around, but dangerous because metal sparks are going all over the place.
Oh, that's not good.
You think you're gonna die. So I might not be using that. There was a dude that made a YouTube video and he fit it. Maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know. But the reason I went to get that was because I'm done running a kilometer to go to a base and dying and stuff like that. Like I'm hopping on a little hover bike, going over there super fast, hopefully not running into a rock and exploding.
And then getting out.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard.
It's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
Good. Eric? What have you been playing?
I have actually played a ton of stuff. this week.
Oh.
So you've probably seen on my YouTube channel, I have been
He's
doing
been playing
my
Diablo.
first
He's been playing Path of
playthrough
Exile.
of Path of Exile 2.
What the
Oh, no, I thought you were playing Diablo too.
No, Anthony.
No.
No, Anthony.
Path of Exile 2.
Kappa.
Kappa.
So, man, it has been a lot of fun. The monk is so fun. It's got so many cool little mechanics to it. I will say, I do not know yet how I am going to get through the hardcore mode on my second playthrough in Act 2. Act 2 seems
Impossible.
ridiculous.
I've been wondering because you did a stream and it said Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did a stream and it said Act 2.
Two.
And then you did a stream and it said Act 2. And then you did a stream and it said Act... Like, it hasn't changed, Eric.
Act
Have
2,
you updated it, or are you still in Act 2?
I am still in Act 2. I think I'm on the final
Ah.
boss of Act 2 now.
Mm.
And, like, this boss fight starts, and it is absolutely ridiculous. Like,
Mhm.
it's just ridiculous. I do not know how the hardcore is going to work. I think... So I know, just from playing Path of Exile before and doing hardcore and Path of Exile 1, that you have to do your build way different. You really have to do a survival build. You have to think survivability first and then damage.
Mm.
Unless there's like a ton, like I think throughout Act 1, I'm gonna have to choose every survivable talent just to make it through Act 2.
Yeah.
Before I start getting damage, because there are so many one-shot mechanics that I have with my current build. It's ridiculous.
Because you're playing Monk, right?
I'm playing Monk, but they have a ton of evasion. They have their energy shield.
Yeah, but you get tapped one time and you're fucked, right?
Yeah, it's
Bro,
crazy.
you gotta give me a heads up when you start sharing the screen, bro.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I did.
But yes,
I know.
the campaign so far is really, really cool. I love their world building. Their map design is on point for Path of Exile 2. So much better than Path of Exile 1 even. And Path of Exile 1 already had some of the best design maps, I felt like. And Path of Exile 2 is just upping it another level.
What is this? Is this Path of Exile?
This is some mature stuff, man. This is dark.
This
They're
is
like,
dark.
Whoa. No one even kicked him into that freaking hole. There was
He
no
fell
this
in.
is Sparta. He just...
Dude, Path of Exile 2 is so metal in its story and world building. It's not even funny. The boss fights are so metal. I kid you not, there's a boss fight in Act 2 where you walk into a room and you're like, this is really cool, like giant statues. And you're on a platform and you're like, man, that thing's huge. And then it comes to life and punches you in the face.
Yeah.
And you're
That's
like,
about right.
I didn't even think this was possible in an
That's about
ARPG.
right.
Like
That's about
you
right,
don't
yeah.
even think about it in an ARPG, but it's just they have really one-upped their design elements
It
for
looks
Path of
good,
Exile
man.
2, and it looks amazing.
It's
Yeah.
a 6-player co-op, right?
Yeah, we can
Why
play
are we
up to
playing
like
this
6
co-op?
players. Let's go.
Dude,
I'm in it.
So 2 things. 1, Ash and I are definitely going to try the couch co-op and see how that is. 2, Nat, before y'all got here for New Year's, I was like, it's 6 players. It's 6
My
players. What if-
wife would not. My
That's what-
wife would not. She'd be like, no.
we could
You
have
guys
put
can
B
play.
and Mel on the same TV.
No. No.
I think yeah, I think everybody but me has vetoed that idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, it's such a metal story. It's so cool. It's so well done. It really does feel like the best ARPG that has ever been made under with one stipulation, and that stipulation being it doesn't feel like a pinata machine.
It
And
feels
so
hard.
yes. And
Yeah.
so if you like Diablo 4, Diablo 3 style mechanics where everything just dies really fast and everything turns into a loot pinata,
This is
this
not
just
your game.
this just isn't that type of game. It's
Yeah.
more slow, methodical, and it just has all these. Dude, this is the fight. He just look at this.
Bruh.
It's so metal, and then
Bruh.
he punches you. He just walks up, and here's the thing: you don't understand that's happening, and then that guy, and you're like, "Is that something moving in the shadows?" And then he's just like, "Ah!" And then, by the way, that move will like one shot you. That person right there was like a developer. Easy. You get hit by that on the first swing, and you might be dead.
Sick.
So the dodge mechanic is so good. It adds so much dynamic, like combat to the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's really good. So that's been the main game. I've been playing that.
Have you played it on your Steam Deck?
I haven't yet because the last time when we checked at Christmas, they hadn't said that it was supported yet.
I don't think they will until it's released.
So
It's early access.
they
The
actually have an
animation's on
early
it.
access version that they're doing that is going to release their controller support.
Oh.
They have said in the forums, although kind of unofficially, that the controller support should mean that Steam Decks kind of work 99%. So they did say that release is specifically for controllers and not for the Steam Deck, but they also said that, like, you know, if you can make it work in a controller, it should work.
Oh, you could put a green background on the capture of the group scene so that you can capture whatever you want on the background.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cool.
Is there
So-
a barbarian-esque class that can be mostly naked?
So kind of but not like you'd probably be playing not really, unfortunately. They're even the barbarian class, like the warrior class, you usually wear like plate armor.
Yeah.
So it covers them pretty well.
Wait, Nat, what were you talking about? Green screens?
I was looking
For
at the
your
control
for
room.
your thing. Yeah.
Oh, you can put a green screen behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Ash is of the similar mind as to me, whereas I must smash things as hard as
Dude.
possible.
So
I've seen some stuff. I've seen
Yeah.
like a guy with a massive hammer just like
Yeah. They
blowing shit
reworked
up.
the melee right at the end of Path of Exile 1. Their biggest release of the end of Path of Exile 1 was actually to rework the melee to make it feel meatier and better.
Yeah,
And then they
thunk.
released Path of Exile 2. They released all of the new abilities that were built on the new melee system. So there's
Yeah.
a ton of new melee abilities that just feel awesome.
I just want to
Can-
thunk, man.
Can we just acknowledge and appreciate that their second video on Steam isn't another random trailer? It is
It's actually
10
a
minutes
playthrough.
of gameplay.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, let's be real.
Amazing.
Let's just be real. The people who made Path of Exile, they know what they're
Sure.
fucking doing.
Dude, grinding gear is
They know what they're
unbelievable.
doing. They're like Larian for ARPGs. They know what
Yeah.
they're doing.
And just in case, like, here's the best part. Every functional piece
Oh,
of
this
this
boss
game,
sucks dick.
every single functional piece of this game, every playability, every class, every ability, every single thing that you can do in the game,
Blows inward and then goes
100% free. If you want to play in the early access, you do have to pay, but they are going to release the game, and from then on, it will be free to play forever, no questions asked.
In perpetuity.
Like,
Is that a green item? Is that a set item?
yeah, they have set items.
Mm.
It's so good.
I
The
guess
biggest
we know what
question-
we're going to play.
One of the biggest things for me is going to be legendaries. Is a legendary actually legendary, or is it just a yellow that is better?
So every legendary is purely unique in its ability. They have set abilities, and
Mm.
every
like
single
Diablo?
legendary is designed with the intent of changing a gameplay mechanic entirely. So every single
Mm.
legendary will change the way you
An
play. Is the
actual
goal and
legendary.
design.
How many legendaries can you have equipped at one time?
You can have all of your pieces be legendary.
So it's a little bit like Diablo, except that it's not. Okay.
Maybe
Okay,
Diablo
okay.
2, but in Diablo 3, they made legendaries not legendary.
Commonplace, man.
Not
They
just
were like-
common, but there were ones that didn't have anything unique.
Yeah.
They just had
I-
good stats.
Yeah. I've only had one legendary drop so far, and that
That's good, too.
legendary's unique ability was to make it so that you could two-handers as if they are one-handers.
Whoa, that's cool.
I mean, that sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
dope.
Yep.
I'm just
Sounds-
shocked with seeing all of these
sounds about
skeletons
right.
and stuff that Eric's not a necromancer and is instead like
So,
the opposite.
It's so funny
I-
that you're talking about this.
I think my next build might be a necromancer build because it looks really cool. But I wanted to try out the new classes first before I did some of the classes that already existed in Path of Exile 1.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try the mercenary and the monk mostly. And the mercenary feels interesting at lower levels. I'm sure it gets better as it goes on, but it's interesting.
Eric, I have a proposition for you.
Okay?
Let's ask Mark to take us to a lake, and then we can play this on our Steam Decks in the backseat.
I'm in.
What the fuck?
Sold. That was something we did as kids. I had a portable PlayStation, which we've actually talked
Yeah.
about this on the podcast a long
It was a
time ago.
PlayStation 2 with
It was a PlayStation 2.
with a monitor that flipped
Yeah.
up, and he opened it up in between us. He didn't tell me about this at all.
Yeah.
all I
just
knew
pulled the
was
shit out. in
I'm
the car.
going to a lake with my friend and his parents for the first time ever. Eric pulls out this contraption between us, and we proceed to forget that the car exists.
Yeah, we play Diablo 2. Well, a Diablo 2 clone in the backseat
Yes.
of a car on a PlayStation 2 that has a screen attached to it.
While Oh Brother Where Art Thou is playing on another screen that Mark has come out of his like console on the dash, which is totally not like at least manufacturing legal. Technically, I think you can do anything with your car you want.
So it was called the Intech PlayStation 2 PS2 portable LCD monitor, which you can buy on eBay right now for $30.
Okay.
Only $30.
Okay.
So
Wow, how did you find that so fast?
I literally just looked up PlayStation 2
Dude, that
attachable
boss looks
screen.
insane.
That's the boss I'm on right now. It's ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. I don't the next episode of my show might just be me trying to beat this, which will be part 5 of my show. Check out the Stolf
Scrapes.
Zero.
Yeah, you get fucked.
Dude, he does so much damage and he attacks everywhere. It's
You
Oh my
have to
God.
run.
you Nat.
You have to
I-
get good.
Yes. Getting
Do
good.
better.
Accurate. I do
You
have
just
to
have to be better. You just play him Necromancer, as you can see.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like he
know.
seems to be handling it pretty well.
He is. It's really mean, actually. I turn this off. I'm done.
I was about to say, it seems to be he seems to know what he's doing.
So I've been
Dude,
playing.
he pulled his chest open, blew up the fucking.
Oh,
The mana thing is weirding me out. That's not mana. Oh, is that a shield?
it's a
you
energy
run.
shield. Energy shield.
It's weird the like the visual of it when it's
Yeah.
going down is very
Yeah.
odd to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This this
Headbutt.
UI, by the way, is different now. So
Oh,
they
already.
yeah. So this different is
Scrape,
from
run.
the beta. They have a new UI
Ooh.
for these bottom sections. It's slightly different.
Bro, are those flame tornadoes?
I think the energy shield actually might look better now than this.
I'm just gotta say, he seems to be handling it pretty well. I just don't know how you're fucking it up, Eric.
Dude, this boss like one shots me. if it hits me. It's
I
ridiculous.
mean, he didn't get tapped once.
I know,
so,
that's
I'm just wondering
ridiculous.
like why you're so bad.
He just ran around in circles. All of his minions did the work for him. He didn't have to press buttons. This was cheating. Okay. So,
Is the scroll of wisdom
Skill
for identifying things?
yes, Scroll of Wisdom is still there to identify stuff.
May I
You
point
have a
out
Deckard
that
Cain.
they're allowed to do that
Belial.
because Blizzard didn't go and patent
Sue them.
the
Yeah.
words scroll of wisdom and the game mechanic of using an item to identify another item. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, Path of Exile 2 has been really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. That'll probably be my first. I'm gonna record this first playthrough, but probably the first real series, like YouTube series, that I break up into like small episodes, will be me completing a hardcore run of Path of Exile 2 that I kind of do as like little wrap up YouTube videos for. That is kind of like fun, short entertainment videos with voiceover and stuff like that. So expect that I am doing a hardcore run soon.
Because if I have power, I might just play
But-
this tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
You have
Wait,
power?
I was gonna play Nine Souls. Well,
It's Texas.
bro, it's
Oh,
Texas.
y'all get sleet tomorrow.
We get sleet tomorrow. Okay. For anybody who doesn't know what's going on with Texas, we have one energy providing company, ERCOT. And energy provider is under ERCOT and it's called CenterPoint. We are the only state that has their own centralized power grid. And we have not updated it in many years. Tens of years. We have not updated it. Like the money just does not go towards the energy grid. So we had a freeze that happened, I want to say about 5 years ago, knocked out the grid for Texas. Not Houston, not Dallas, Texas. So we got the power back on, but we then realized that, hey, maybe our governor and like the major constituents should put money into towards a energy grid that we have not maintained. And if not, see if there's a way that we can be included into the national energy grid. Neither of those things have happened.
Oh no.
So we're SOL. So now every single time a freeze or a major storm comes through, we have to go all scramble and make sure our generators work and make sure that we are not about to fry somebody on the power lines because we don't have a kill switch on our electric box, whatever.
Dude, batteries and solar. Everyone needs
I
batteries
would
and solar.
look if
When-
I had known that we would be stuck, like pretty much stuck in this house for as long as we are going to be. I would have put solar panels.
No,
onto it.
that's not what I mean. When we went through Hurricane Helene, we ended up getting EcoFlow batteries and solar panels to connect to those. Like
No,
4
I
to
believe
800
that.
watts worth of. So it's
Yeah.
all portable. Like I can just throw it in
Yeah.
the car and take it somewhere. But
And
also,
it's just like a unit. Yeah.
also I can use it to get some essential things going.
How many watts?
Because it is a battery generator.
How many watts?
I have an app. I think we can do somewhere between 800 and 1200 watts on
Wow.
the solar,
That's a lot.
and they fold up, so you just unfold them and let them lay out. And then if the app is good enough, when I click what is it? Specifications, it should tell us.
How much was that generator there, Anthony?
I don't remember, but we did get the old one right when the new one came out. So we're
Yeah, so
definitely
you
on
got it on a
sale.
deal. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. So there's a lot of people who are in Houston now who have Generacs, which pretty much means that they have a gas line that feeds straight into a massive generator on the side of the house that powers their entire house.
that's a good thing too. My father-in-law has a generator that can do propane,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Same.
propane generator, if his propane is full, it'll last him like 100 days, maybe
Yeah.
180 days. I can't. It was a long time. He's like, I
It's
could
a
go
long
like
time. Yeah,
3
yeah.
months to 3 to 6 months off of the propane tank buried in my yard.
Yeah.
So for him, never needs solar.
Yeah. For me,
But,
I would love to be solar powered, but I also don't want to live here for the next 20 years. Like if I was
That's
in,
a
if it,
long time. That's crazy.
dude, that's the payment for like freaking panels, man.
oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah. So like if you are a solar panel owner and you are in love with your home, I get it. And you plan on staying there for like pretty much the rest of your life. I get it. But if this is supposed to be your starter home, I would not put solar panels on that.
Yeah, definitely
Just
not.
no. Just no.
The only way
Yeah.
it would make sense
It's
is if you're
expensive.
DIYing,
Incredible.
and then it's
Incredibly
still expensive.
Yeah.
And you might die.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you
You might
imagine
die.
third-party panels that you're putting together to go ahead and mount onto your roof? Bro,
It's a lot.
it's too much.
Most of the time, solar panel only makes sense when you're replacing a roof because
Exactly.
you're already paying people to do labor up there.
So you might as
and
well.
Possibly you can do one of the several like manufacturers of the roof tiles that turn
Mhm.
into, because it's not just Tesla that does it.
Some other people are getting into it too. Yeah.
So that's possibly a good option, but it's like, well, if you have a roof that's working, no,
Why?
because guess what?
Yeah.
Oh, you just put solar panels on that roof that's 20 years old. Well, that roof is gonna die before your solar panels do. So now you gotta rip the roof out from under your
Bro.
solar panels, which means I think most people end up redoing their roof when they do solar panels.
Man.
Oof.
So it's
That's-
a whole.
That's so much cost.
It's a mess.
And can you imagine right now with the amount of money that like people are going to have to consider with tariffs going into the buying these solar panels? Bro. No. No. Anyway.
Anyway, Eric, you've been playing more games than Path of Exile.
What else are
Yes.
you playing?
Okay, so I did a little bit more of Ashes of Creation. Still enjoying that. That's been fun.
Okay.
But nothing really new on that front. Kind of the same thing. But I've had the unfortunate scenario because of our excursion over New Year's. I was like, man, I want to play an extraction shooter game.
Oh no! You got the bug, the Star
I got
Citizen
the- I got the-
Extraction Tarkov bug.
I did. And of course, I couldn't do Star Citizen yet, so that wasn't even an option. Funnily enough, I tried to install Tarkov, and Tarkov's broken on my
No.
machine. It doesn't
Good.
even matter.
That's
Tarkov's
fine.
broken on my
Okay,
machine.
Okay.
So I couldn't play Tarkov. So I was like, ugh.
You're just an
I'm like-
addict
I'm like-
scrambling
I'm like,
for a fix.
yes,
You're so
yes.
sick.
It's terrible. And so finally, I looked up some other things, and a huge shout out, Ramen Style. He did a video recently where he talked about all of the different alternatives for extraction shooters, and he's probably my favorite Tarkov streamer. And so he talked about one, and I watched his video, and he had one called Arena Breakout Infinite.
Arena Breakout Infinite.
So
Sounds
was
very
like-
anime.
No. It's very Tarkov, except that they just started development about a few years ago, and it's Tarkov, but with all of the quality of life features that make it not as much a mess, essentially. And but it feels very similar. The gunplay is very similar. It's still a military realistic shooter. It honestly just feels like Tarkov. It's a little bit floatier. Honestly, the gunplay feels a little bit more similar to something like just the gunplay, not the actual gameplay mechanics. The gunplay feels more similar to something like Apex a little bit.
Okay.
Now, the movement is much slower. It's slow moving tactical shooter, just like Tarkov, but the recoil and stuff feels a little bit more gamey than Tarkov does. Tarkov feels very like gritty, like you make a mistake or you have bad attachments and the gun can be unusable, essentially. This one has a little bit more of a game aspect. Like I went in and beat some sweats. Like I beat a team of 3 that were sweating pretty hard. They were like all beefed out in gear, and I was able to beat them with a pretty low level gun. Now I heard that armor matters more in this game than Tarkov. Like the high level armor can make you almost unkillable to lower level bullets. Whereas things in Tarkov, of course, there are ways around that, even with low level um, ammo. So I haven't felt that yet, but that is a critique that I have heard.
Mm.
Now, we'll see, but it feels nicer to play than Tarkov, and of course, it doesn't have the company that Tarkov does. The company that's doing this game feels so much better. They are like on their forums and their update releases. They are so forthcoming about their game and like all of the different things that they're trying to do for it. The payment model isn't an absolute travesty. Like they're just overall, it's a better company, better quality of life game. But at the same time, it is still early in the release cycle. It definitely will be a few years before
Oh,
they
okay.
pass
It's not out
Tarkov.
yet. I was about to be a little hard on them, being like, "Cool trailer, but where's the gameplay?"
Where's the gameplay?
So you
Yeah.
can play this game on their site. So, and the other thing is that this game is going to be free.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and on their site, you can actually download and start playing it for free. So
Hmm.
you can already play it, but yes, it is in beta right now. It is a lot of fun. It's like a fun arcade Tarkov. The mission, they don't have too many missions yet. I think there's 30 missions currently. So there's also only like three maps, I want to say. So there's far less maps. But the maps are really well designed. I actually love the farm map so far. And the other map that's underground looks really cool. I haven't gotten a high enough level to unlock it, but when I saw some of the videos of it, it looks really cool.
So,
Also, they have a much better, you just scrolled onto it. Their anti-cheat is so nice. I haven't felt like anybody was cheating, and they do a kill cam so that you can see how the other person was playing right before. And it's so
Make it easier to report.
yes, and the way that they do it is on team-based things. They don't show you on the team unless your entire team is dead, and then you can go watch the kill cam.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
kill cam is huge, but
yeah,
sorry to burst your bubble, but like, there's no cheaters because the game's not out yet, and there's not enough players.
that's true. But they're also using easy anti-cheat, and as long as they keep it in the aggressive mode, easy anti-cheat is far better than the anti-cheat that the Tarkov developers don't have, because they essentially have nothing. So
Right. Yeah.
like sure, I 100% subscribe to the idea that like every game's gonna have cheaters. So I'm not illusioned by what you're saying, like by that, but it's going to be better than Tarkov is for cheaters.
Mhm.
And
Fair enough.
Tarkov has
Yeah.
convinced us that they are essentially doing nothing for all of the cheaters. And this game is designing the game with the anti-cheat system in mind first. That's one of the first systems that they put in.
To
So-
ensure that your game stays fun.
So talk to me about the TTK, because like my hot take is that most FPS games should have a long TTK, because if you're not in a LAN party situation, the latency between you and the server is too big for a one-shot kill to actually ever feel good.
So this
okay.
game extends the time to kill, I would say, from Tarkov. It's about double. So Tarkov on average, I think, has a 200 millisecond TTK, if I remember correctly. I think this
200
game,
millisecond?
No. So it's like one-shot kills. So like if a game has a one-shot kill where you have no armor on your head, so you get a headshot, you're dead, but the game also gives you the ability to have armor on your head. And with that armor on your head, there's no one-shot kill. There's no RPG that can just blow you up. Because it is an unsolvable problem that someone is going to kill you when you are behind shelter, no matter what. Like, it's going to happen. They're going to shoot you when you aren't behind shelter, but for you, you're going to die when you're behind shelter. And it always feels bad. And in games like Apex Legends, because you have to take so many shots to die, you don't have it as bad. It can still happen because, like, you're low on health, you're basically one shot, you got behind the door shut, and then you died, and it's like, it still happens.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't happen at the beginning of a fight.
So this game does still have the headshot kill. However, the counter to that is that the armor in general is more powerful in this game than it is in Tarkov. So, for example, when you have a level 2 or level 3 head armor, it takes more headshots to take down that armor than it does in Tarkov. So, again, I would just say it's like,
That sounds good.
if you were to armor up correctly and play it exactly like Tarkov, on average, the fights are going to last about double the length of Tarkov, is my experience so far.
Yeah, see, like, I think that's good, and I know it comes at the cost of, like, realism, which a lot of people want in these sort of games, and I totally understand that, because, like, yeah, if I'm a sniper and I shoot someone from 2 miles out and I land that shot, they better go down. Like, but if it's not that kind of game, it's not that kind of game.
Yeah.
And
Just
arena
make me want
shooters.
to play Destiny. We should stop.
Oh no! What other games you been playing? Eric?
Abort! Jump seat! Get out!
Because you guys talked about TTK, and I'm like, man, I think
Yeah.
TTK and like Destiny was like maybe
so good.
maybe 1 second, maybe
So
2.
nice.
Really?
Yeah, man. Because if you like landed 3 headshots, what was like? Oh, I guess TTK would be like 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, so like 300 ms.
Yeah, 300 m. Oh man, back in the day. No, I'm not. No, I can't. I can't go back. I refuse. No. Continue.
Just hop on the Star Citizen train.
Maybe as a group, but not alone.
But yeah, I think that was the last game I tried. I've done. That isn't the last game I've tried. I did one more, but this one was kind of just for fun because I was sitting and I was like, I don't really want to do Ashes of Creation. I was like, I don't want to sit down and grind right now. I was like, I don't want to do Path of Exile because I want to make sure I'm doing all the streaming content with Path of Exile. So I was like, I'll wait on Path of Exile. And then I was, at the time, I was like, I kind of want to play Arena Breakout, but I hadn't tried it yet. So I was like waiting to try it, and I hadn't downloaded it yet. So I picked up and played a few rounds of a game I had installed, but had not tried yet. The Finals.
You've tried that game.
We've tried that
We've
game.
tried that game.
No.
We have tried that game. And now it's released. So they're at version 1.1. They're on season 2, I think now, or is something. And
Not a fan.
It's far more fleshed out than it was when we tried it.
I thought we had all agreed that it was fundamentally flawed.
It is.
Has that changed?
So
Jesus Christ, this video is just like
this video is crazy. Oh my goodness. So we're watching the trailer.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're watching the trailer. The trailer is ridiculous. So the Finals, in my opinion, is still
fundamentally flawed. Say it. Say it.
The problem is that I had a ton of fun with the mechanics of the game, but it doesn't feel like a shooter should.
You can say fundamentally flawed and still have a good time, Eric.
Yes. I mean, that's probably where I'd land with it. There are a lot of flaws with it.
It was it's a fun game,
but
and
it is
a lot of cool things, but it was the overall game that was flawed.
Yeah.
Like if they had a different game.
They have different game modes now. They have different game modes now that you can play. So you can do different game modes now that are different,
but
and
those
they're
games
enjoyable.
Have issues as well.
So the thing that I think is the fundamental issue for me is that the gunplay feels more like Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. So like shooting
No.
the gun feels like Overwatch. It feels floaty, low impact, low recoil, kind of arcadey. It
No.
feels like an arcade shooter. But
I mean,
when
they
I
would have
go
they
ahead.
would have been really successful if they did just do Overwatch, but with destructible buildings.
Can you imagine
Man, that'd
Overwatch
be
inside
dope.
of an
That'd be
arcade,
dope.
like a cabinet, or like
Yeah.
like a really big, like one of those like long, like
And you got like
I-
the toy guns.
yeah.
I
No, not even the
will-
toy guns. Like they actual like they give you like a kiosk and everything, and everybody can play on like one team, and the other side is the other team.
I think you've played cooler arcade cabinets than me.
I have
There,
for sure have.
he played
That
the
sounds-
hip ones in the back. You gotta have the leather jacket, to be able to play.
Bro, there's a game called Doomball or something, and like,
Dude,
I'll tell you guys later. No
Okay,
worries.
okay.
Okay.
this guy. So I do think after playing, because now I've probably done about 10 rounds of it. They're short, and man, it just feels like popcorn. It's super fun. It's really easy. Here's the thing. It's free. It's 100% free to just play the game. So like on one hand, I'm like, okay, it has some flaws, but for a free FPS shooter, man, that's just really cool. And here's the thing. The destructible environment is so well done in this game that it does have that's so different from any other game and any other shooter that I get to experience. None of them do destructible environments as good as this game. Obviously not. The guy who is behind this game, by the way, also is the one who designed the system for Battlefield 2, and he wanted to do it better, and the Battlefield team wouldn't let him. And so he left the company and started this one to make destructible buildings good. So
this
like
feels like a game that is ahead of its time, because that's what pulled me into it originally, was how cool that was. And I think their only problem is just the game design around the awesomeness of the world being destructible
Heard.
fully.
I do think that this game is being slept on by a lot of people, because here's the thing. If you are playing Overwatch or Marvel's Rivals right now, I think this it plays better than both of those games. And so if you're playing those games and you like them, I think you'll love this game even more because it just does better at those feels.
Damn, I didn't take a picture.
And so for me, the fundamental flaw is that it doesn't feel like an intense shooter like Tarkov or something like that. It just doesn't feel like that.
So
It
I just
feels
want to
like Overwatch.
I want to highlight that the fundamental flaw in the past was it was 3 teams in one arena. So it was 1v1v1, and then you would have like 2 king of the hill spots. So you would have one team doing nothing while 2 teams were fighting. And
They
that
have-
was the big problem that we
They have
like, this
changed
year.
the mode entirely, if that's the case, because I didn't remember that point. They have changed the mode entirely. Now it is always essentially a 2v1. So whoever has the point, and there's only one place for each of the points now, whoever has the point has to defend against 2 separate teams.
That's cool. Okay, so that
Huh.
sounds like they identified that and they fixed it.
Yep. And so that is entirely different. I forgot about that because I just started playing
Yeah,
and I
'cause
was
it
like,
was
oh
like-
yeah, I remember this.
There was like 2 vaults. You'd have to go and grab the coins, put them in the vault.
Yeah, there's only
And
one vault now.
the whole arena would be split. And if you got lucky, you just won because no one tried
Yeah.
to attack you.
Yeah.
Yep. If that's the case, they changed it. There's only one vault, and you can bring that vault they have like 3 to 5 different points now, but there's only one vault. So only one team can be trying to do the King of the Hill at any given time. So essentially what happened is I got into this team. So the first 2 games, I got in with some new people. And like I ended up being the best person on the team. And I was like, guys, I just started this game. I shouldn't be the best person on the team. Then I got in with a group. Man, We got the vault. My guy threw it over a building, put up a jump pad. We like went over. He jumped sledgehammered into like the 5th floor of another building. And then the other guy threw the vault into there. We jump in and we put up defensive structures. And everybody, like for the next 10 minutes while we're trying to get this vault, we have people coming in through the walls. We have a team that like tries to break in through underneath. They like keep shooting upwards through all of the different 5 floors. And then they start putting ladders and jump tubes to try to come in. We have the other team keeps trying to like come through the windows, and we're just hectic trying to defend all of these points for like 360 degrees. And man, it was just fun. It doesn't feel like a shooter, but it was so much fun. It was so cool.
The vault, was it easy to move? Because when I played, it was easy to pick up and put like the coins in the vault, but then that vault was like basically stuck. It could fall through the floors and stuff, but you couldn't move it, and you made it sound like you could move it.
So you have a vault, and then you have a bank that you take it to that where it starts doing it. Once you get to the bank can't move, but the vault can move, and the vault carries your inertia. So there are tricks you can do to like slide and move and fall to throw it to make it carry your inertia and go a little bit further. And so you can, the guys that I saw, they were doing like tricks with the vault of like throwing it and passing it back and forth to like move faster and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of dynamic movement in the game. And the movement, oh my gosh.
Dear Lord.
The movement feels really nice. It feels really tight. Honestly, it's one of those things where it's just a better Overwatch, Marvel's Rivals type of game. I think it's slept on, honestly.
That is cool. I just want it to be a better Apex, because
Apex fell off, man.
I think
it's pretty bad.
I haven't really talked about this because we started the podcast, I think, after I stopped playing Apex.
Yeah, I think so.
So I used to talk to at least Eric a lot about how, in my mind, Apex had become, for a period of time at least, the best evolution of FPS games. Because the gameplay, even if it's on the same map, is always unique. You know, it's not literally you always go to the same spot and hold down the fort like in Battlefield type of thing. And the time to kill was long enough. And the third-party system annoyed most people, but it's like something you kind of have to plan for. It's like, do we go and engage in this fight? Or do we wait? Because if we go and engage, someone's going to come after us. But then, if you're good enough, you can still win. And you could still, even if you're good enough, 1v3 people, even if you're 1 pro versus 3 pros. Like, it's just like, it was just cool. I don't know. But then Apex kind of fell out of it for me because they kept adding more, not classes, but heroes. And each hero they would add would just like
fucking
it seemed like
shit on everybody else. Yeah.
And it seemed like marketing. Like,
I can also tell you, at least for me, I know when I stopped playing, it was
sorry.
Who is the hero with the hat that has the
That's whenever everybody stopped. I feel like, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. That's the last character that came up that I played Apex with.
I can tell you that character proved to me that they were going down a design path.
Yeah.
That I just didn't.
Was he the one that could like see through walls?
He could, but permanently. So like he always had identifiers on the bottom compass.
Yeah.
And the fact that they thought that was okay. Seer.
Yeah.
He had a design that told me they did not care about just the tactical gameplay. Here's the thing. I also don't like Bloodhound. I think he was a a bad design as well.
He was almost always on a pros team because of
Yes.
seeing through the walls.
Yes. That information took a level out of the game that is what made it interesting, in my opinion. The fact that you had to do what you're talking about, you had to plan areas, you had to choose engagements, you had to pay attention to where you heard shots, where you saw people fly down. You had to mark those, you had to remember them and plan for them. That made the game special.
And now you have characters who are like, you don't have to do that.
And then Seer, especially, Bloodhound too, but Seer, they said, no, we are going to design heroes to get rid of that mechanic for people who want it easy. And we're okay with that, and we're going to design for it. And when they started doing that with Crypto and Bloodhound and Seer, and it just became more and more. Every single team had to have one, and every single team had to have that information, or you would just lose to the better team because they had more information. And in this game, information is what determines who wins in the end.
Yeah.
It's like that took a lot out of it for me, and it made it rough. I agree with everything you're saying. I think Apex is like the culmination of where shooters should be. I think if they took out Bloodhound, Seer, and Crypto, and any other hero they've added since that does that type of mechanic, if they just took all of those out of the game, it would go back in almost overnight to being the best shooter on the market.
Yeah.
There are other decisions that I don't agree with, but I think everything pales in comparison to that.
How many hero games that when you play ranked, you get to ban heroes?
Yeah.
Why is that not a thing here? I know it slows down how long it takes to get into matchmaking, but like there's a reason they added that to MOBAs.
Yeah,
because
certain combos or certain characters, when unopposed, will snowball.
Okay, what is the name? Kassadin? Is that it? From League of Legends?
Which character type?
The most banned guy. He's a middle, the purple guy that looks like he has a skirt. He's floating up in the air.
Kassadin.
Yeah.
I don't think he's most banned anymore. Not even close.
He is. He's banned 99.8% of games or something like that. He's
fixed it.
No, it's
like
he's
currently.
He is the most banned hero of all time.
I don't know. I don't know the meta of League right now, so who knows?
But like, it's an important thing because, like, I swear,
all I know is that Mel
players
is OP
and
right
game
now.
designers alike know, in a hero-oriented PvP game, you can never balance it. That's why you need the bans. The bans balance it on the micro level for the players.
Yeah.
And then it gives the devs some information. They're like, oh, this guy's always
getting banned all the time. I should really probably look at his kit and find a way to retool it.
Yes.
But then you end up in a situation with League where they really don't care at this point.
No, they're just going to make Netflix shows that are amazing, and that's all I care about anymore.
So like, why would I even care, right? So, yeah. Oh, man.
I was so convinced because I want to believe so hard that Caitlyn was in the next season, but it was just like New Girl.
Guys.
What?
Guys.
Shoot.
Have you watched Castlevania Nocturne yet?
I'm like halfway through. Season 2
dropped.
Oh, it did?
Last Thursday.
Okay. I'm Nat, I don't want you to hate me.
What? What are you going to say?
I love the animation is so dope. It's so good. The story is so good. I love it.
It's okay. The first season is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Castlevania just like straight is okay.
Yes. The voice acting is
incredible.
Plus the mixing is killing me. Actually, I think it's terrible. I
don't
watch it in English,
right?
I am watching it in English. That's all it is.
It's only English.
Show.
Yeah.
It's an
Castlevania is
English.
English. Yeah. It's an It's an American animator. Yeah.
Hey, y'all have to lead with that for me.
Sorry.
Because
I
I'm
did. Yeah.
dyslexic, so I barely watch it.
No,
yeah,
you're like, this is only in English. It's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
This
that's
is
for
only in
me.
English. Yeah, it's
only in English.
Ash,
Yeah.
let's watch it.
It's really good.
Not mixed terribly.
Guys,
Oh
It's
my
just
god,
not
Nat,
mixed very
Nat,
well.
The first episode had me tripping on the plane. I was like, is his voice just like 3 times the decibel level? And then I got out my meter. His voice is like 2 times as loud as hers for the entire first episode.
Are you talking about Castlevania or Castlevania Nocturne?
Nocturne?
Are you talking about Richter?
Yeah. Richter and the blonde girl are doing their whole talk and going to the thing in like the first episode. And the whole time, he is mixed louder than she is.
oh no.
I was like, what do we do? Oh, yes.
It's
by the
very
way,
possible. It's
I
very
have already.
possible.
Have y'all seen the first episode?
No, I
Yes.
didn't know it was out yet.
Oh my
Yes, I
gosh.
have.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Ash, we missed
It's
so
moving a
long.
lot. It's moving a lot faster than I thought it was going to move.
It is, but they have a lot to cover still. I mean, they're still not gonna.
I know.
I think it's gonna be a 4-season arc. I think it's gonna be 4 seasons for the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I expect.
Yeah. I think we'll get to.
No. Wait, Anthony's. Has
I know. What is it? Has wings, starts with a K, in a vault.
I think either the final. Here are my 2 guesses for the final scene of season 2. It's going to be what you're talking about, or it's going to be when he gets
Are we
one
distracting
second.
you guys? I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, I just can't. I'm just sending it to him on Discord.
Your timing was so funny because I thought you were like stuck reading what Ash and I are yelling at each other about in the chat.
Giant sloth, mammoth,
There we go.
Mothman.
I sent it to you, Nat, because I can't. I don't know what to say without like spoiling it.
Okay. Yeah, I think season 2 will end with that.
That's what I'm thinking. I think
Yeah.
they'll end with that, or they'll do the extra like 2 episodes and end where you're talking.
Maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to
Yeah.
be one of those 2. Though.
It's gonna be one of those 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very
Yeah, because I
good
think
so far.
I think the point that the event that you're talking about, it'd be a perfect movie.
I really hope they do that as a movie. That'd be.
I think if they did it
dope.
as a movie, then people would be like, "Oh,
That'd be
this
dope.
slaps."
There's so much there.
yeah."
Because he's
Yeah.
not even there for 90% of it. He's over
Yeah.
doing the. Dude, it's
Anthony, you're in for a
so
treat,
good.
my guy.
Yeah.
I
a good
heard
time.
nothing.
Good.
Salamander.
Guys, I smell dinner. I have to go
Yes.
eat.
I'm
Oh,
jealous because I know what your
so
dinner
good,
might
though.
smell like because your wife but your wife cooked the dinner, cook amazing food.
We know.
nice. Guys,
Much obliged.
go enjoy dinner. Have a wonderful week. It was great having you for episode 41. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff below. We'll see you next Monday, 7 p.m. Peace.
Bye.
可愛いですね。